The question is to brine and fry your fish or to spice your fish and fry it. What a mouthful. Which one yields the best tasting fried fish ever? Let's discuss creatives. Let's start. Hello again, and welcome to my Creative African Cooking channel, Ndudu by Fafa. So for this experiment, I am using sea bream. You can use any other fish of your choosing. I'm going to start off by making my brine. So here I've got my hot boiling water that I've just added to a bowl. And now to that, I'm going to be adding my spices and flavors to it. Now, I did do a recipe about how to brine your chicken, and I'll leave that in the description box below because that yielded an amazing result. Anyway, and that has inspired this recipe here. So the first thing I'm adding to my hot water is my lemongrass that you've seen me crush. And what I'm just doing is just teasing that flavor out of it. So I'm just going to submerge the entire lemongrass in that hot water, and that infusion will take place. The next ingredient that I'll be adding will be my sliced lemon pieces. And then I'll add my salt. Yes, because of course we're making that brine. And to that, the next thing is sugar. Now, I'll leave all the list of ingredients and measurements on my blog, Ndudu by Fafa.blogspot.com, so do check it out. I've added some black peppercorns, and now I'm adding some freshly cut ginger. And then, of course, the bay leaves definitely had to represent. You can choose to add some garlic if you wish, and then mix everything together till it's dissolved and leave the brine for it to completely cool down. You do not want to add your fish when that brine is hot. Definitely not. Then you really are steaming. Anyway, so after about an hour, it's now cooled down, and I'm just going to add the fish to it. As you can tell, I'm going to allow this to brine for at least about 5 hours exactly, just to give the fish the chance of it being infused with, the lovely flavors exactly. Now, the second one, exactly, what I'm doing is just creating a slant there. But I chose to just do it this way today, yes. Because every day, you go diagonally, horizontally, and everything. I was like, yeah, let me just try and do a Christmas tree decoration. No, it just doesn't look like it. But anyway, if you're dealing with any nice or sharp objects, please do take all necessary precautions. You would notice that even the knife that I was using wasn't that sharp, and that was a deliberate choice because, of course, I was using my hand as well. Yes, exactly. Anyway, so now that I've got the normal fish, which I'm going to be spicing this exactly. Now, for my avid subscribers that watch the recipes that I do make, which of course I do appreciate, you would know that my holy grail, which is the mixture of ginger, garlic, aniseed, onion, and sometimes habanero chili, always goes into my spice blend. I've done that, and of course I'm marinating the fish in that. Now, to ensure that the fish do have that fair chance of comparison, I'm also going to marinate this for the same number of hours as I am marinating the fish in the brine. Exactly, because what I'm concentrating on is the flavors. So, which fish would taste better? Now, I mean, I will come to a conclusion later, but you need to watch to the end to find out exactly what happened. Anyway, so to my wok, I've added my preferred oil for frying, and to that, I've added some allspice. Now, you can add any spice that you have available. And I've also sliced some ginger that I've added to it. Exactly, makes a big difference. So once the allspice releases their oils into this oil, I'm going to remove it and reserve it for another recipe. Maybe I'll use it in a stock, exactly, because there is no waste in this kitchen. So I'm going to start off frying the spiced fish, exactly. And now I'm adding my salt to taste. Now, when I do turn the fish over, you would notice that I've not cut into the other part of the fish. It would make sense at the end of the video. And if you've watched to this point, I appreciate you and thank you very much. That means that, yes, you love to experiment as much as I do. And it's through these kind of experiments that we figure out the best way of cooking something. Exactly. Anyway, so in my previous video, when I did show you how to fry the perfect fish, I did toss my fish in cornstarch. With this, I'm frying it directly. So I'm just making sure that the fish doesn't catch to the bottom of the pan. And that's why I've been swinging it gently and then releasing it. So I'm going to allow this to fry. And after 8 minutes, this is what I end up with. Look at that. This is not any other food. Ndudu in Ndudu by Fafa. Miawe zulu Ndudu by Fafa ya. Koba Ndudu a emikwelu Fafa. Come on Ndudu and Fafa. Alaba flavors are all. Look at this. The fish is firm in its texture. And yes, it looks like it's intense with its flavor here. And I love that crispiness to it. Now, let's fry the next one, which is the fish that was in the brine. Exactly. So I'm taking that out of the brine. And what I'm going to do is just use my kitchen napkin to dab any excess water or moisture out of the fish. Exactly. Once I do that, do you think I should salt it? No, I'm not going to salt it. Why? Because the brine does have the salt in already. So this one there is infused from the inside out. Exactly. Now let's experiment. Now, the interesting thing about this fish is when I took it out, because of course I did not cut into it, it had this alien bubbles around it. And you can just tell that the moisture was definitely trapped in the fish and that was trying to escape. Hence, it's created this bubble. Exactly. So now let's see what it looks like inside. And there's one thing that I'll tell you. The fish was definitely moist. In comparison to the one that I fried directly, definitely this had that moist texture to it. There is a clear difference to the fish that was marinated in the brine because you could just tell how moist it is. And the flavor that I marinated it in infused into the flesh of the fish. So it made a big difference in terms of flavor. Look at how flaky and beautiful this is. So if you want your fried fish, but you want it moist, then this is it. The brine is for you. However, the brine did not create or give me that crispy skin that I was looking for. The one that I fried directly did have the crispy skin and it was firmer. And I'd say, yes, there was flavor, but the flavor was more to the skin of the fish than it permeating through the flesh. So you still got that flavor when you enjoyed it with the flesh, obviously, or the skin, may I say. And so, yeah, the choice is yours. How are you going to serve your fried fish at Christmas? Exactly. Are you going to brine it or are you just going to fry it directly? Or maybe add your cornstarch. Exactly. Now, that is a question for you. What would I go for? I think I'd go for both. Yes. But yes, thank you all so much for watching this. And I've got another exciting recipe coming up. Exactly. Anyway, I'll be leaving the list of ingredients and measurements on my blog Ndudu by Fafa.blogspot.com. So do check it out. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat as Ndudu by Fafa, so pass by and say hi. Narelle, dearest, thank you very much for my theme song. And until my next recipe with you guys, you know the deal. Me, I love you for you. I'll see you soon. Toodles.